Hello and welcome back to more Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom, where last time we finished up our adventures in Rock Bottom, and today we're going to be beginning our adventures in the next level of the game, which is very curiously obscured inside Shady Shoals. It's not properly introduced as a level until we actually go inside, and there was no special requirement to get into the level. But for those of you who have seen the show, you know what's waiting for us hidden underneath the Shady Shoals rest home. So let's go inside and see what's waiting for us.
Wow! Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy! My heroes! Hit me with a water ball! Hit me, hit me, hit me!
We don't do that stuff anymore, kid. We're retired.
Is that the TV repairman?
No, it's that excited sponge kid again.
Oh, are you sure he can't fix the TV?
Mermaid Man, 'twould be my greatest honor to fix your television.
Goody!
Hey, sponge kid, you really want to help?
Oh boy, would I!
Okay then, but lighten up a bit on the enthusiasm, huh? You're making my bowels act up. We've got a little problem with some robots down in the Mermalaire. Are you sure you're up to this task?
Absolutely, Barnacle Boy!
Well, go over to the couch to access the Mermalaire. We'll meet you down there.
Is it pudding night yet?
Okay, so for as excited as you probably are to go to the Mermalaire itself, we actually have a sock to collect in the Shady Shoals rest home before we go anywhere. So to do that, what you need to do is simply smack the TV, like this, and that will cause a sock to spawn on top of the checkerboard table over there, so we can go simply collect that, and then head down to the Mermalaire. This actually, you'll see, this actually counts as a sock for Bikini Bottom, and not the Mermalaire, but I wanted to wait until this episode to actually get it, since, you know, it may as well be a part of the Mermalaire, since it's in the building that directly precedes it, so I figured I may as well get it now. Anyway, once you get that sock, you can head over to the couch and enter the Mermalaire. And somehow Mermaid and Barnacle Boy have already beaten us down here. They're already over by the computer terminal. Don't ask me how.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
You shouldn't sneak up on Mermaid Man like that. His heart's not so good. Come to think of it, nothing on him is that good anymore.
Sorry, Mermaid Man. It's just that I'm always so excited to see you two. Standing in your awesome presence gives me the chills of justice. See? I've got goosebumps on my goosebumps on my goosebumps on my goosebumps on my...
All right, kid, knock it off. Just tell us what you want.
Well, I really want a new pair of sunglasses. Patrick sat on my old ones.
That's not what I meant.
Actually, it's a good thing you showed up, young sponge of goodness.
It is?
It is?
Yes, a bunch of evil robots have taken over the Mermalaire security system. It's up to you to shut it down and stop them!
Well, why him? We're perfectly capable superheroes.
Because it's Thursday, and we have a whole bunch of doctor's appointments.
Ah, fish sticks. I forgot.
Go talk to the Mermalaire computer in the next room. She'll tell you what to do.
I accept this awesome responsibility, Mermaid Man. You won't be disappointed. Shamed, maybe, but not disappointed.
To the doctor's office! Away!
Yeah, so remember like 2 minutes ago when Barnacle Boy sent us down here specifically because he had a task for us? And he wanted us to clear out the robots in Mermalaire? Yeah, well, now he kind of doesn't want us to do that. So, you know, interesting little continuity error there. Anyway, this challenge. Don't step on the red squares of the disco floor. Pretty self-explanatory. The white tiles are safe, the yellow tiles are letting you know that it's going to turn red in a second, and the red tiles are dangerous, and they'll deal damage to you if you step on them. So, don't step on the red tiles is basically the lesson to be learned there. Also, don't get zapped by electricity. Also, pretty good lesson. Don't touch the power generators because they will deal damage to you. And this robot is named Arf. Use the Bubble Bowl to defeat him. You don't have to use the Bubble Bowl to defeat him, but he is best defeated with the Bubble Bowl, because if you try to walk up to him and attack him like this, you're going to get a face full of the doghouse, unless you're quick enough like what I just did. But yeah, his main attack is to launch Arf bots out of his doghouse, which, as you saw in that little brief cutscene, they will explode after a certain amount of time, so you don't want to let them anywhere near you. But yeah, typically if you go up to him like this, he'll try to smack you with his doghouse, which is why he's best attacked from a distance with the bubble bowl. But if you're quick enough, you don't necessarily need to use it. But it is it is typically good advice for most encounters you'll have with Arf. I just wanted to demonstrate that it is possible to do it without the bubble bowl for that section. Anyway, but what does require the bubble bowl is this little paddle right here. So what you need to do is you need to bubble bowl against it like this in order to flip the platform out here, or flip the bridge in a certain direction. And this is technically all you need to do in order to reach the other side, but there is something else we're going to get before we go over there. So you want to keep spinning it around to the right-hand side, and keep spinning around until the goal is to get it over there next to that bungee hook, because there's a sock waiting for us down there that we're going to go get our hands on. So let's just keep spinning it around. It's almost there. One more, and there we go. It's now perfectly in position for us to go jump on the bungee hook and bungee down to collect our sock waiting for us right here, and then we can hop on out, and we are good to go, move on with the rest of the level. So now we just gotta bubble bowl the paddle wheel in the opposite direction so that we can spin it back around to reach the other side like this, and continue along our merry little way. And if you want a cool little Easter egg, you can bubble bowl against this button right here to see the invisible boatmobile. It's a neat little Easter egg. Anyway, yeah, so these buttons are actually, you need to use them. You need to use the bubble bowl to hit them because they sadly cannot be hit with regular attacks. So you need to stand back and use the bubble bowl like this to use these buttons so that you can extend the bridge and make your way across. It's not super clear which ones are and aren't bubble bowl capable. I mean, basically, it's just whichever ones look like they're depressed into the walls. Like you see, this one isn't perfectly flush with the walls. It's kind of sunk back in a little bit. So these are the ones that you can't hit with just a regular spin attack. You need to use the bubble bowl for anything that isn't flush with the wall. Like you see, it's kind of descended back into the wall a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the way you can tell which ones are and aren't bubble bowl capable. And then once you make it over here, you can collect your golden spatula for reaching the top of the first area of the Mermalaire. But this, of course, is just the beginning. The main attraction for the Mermalaire is just through this gate.
The Mermalaire, secret fortress of the wrinkly superheroes Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Squidward, am I happy to see you? And not just the kind of happy you feel in the front of your knees, but the kind of happy you feel in the back of your elbow. Oh, you'll never believe what's been happening.
Yeah, I've already been briefed by the geriatric duo. Those two old coots sent me in to get updated with the Mermalaire computer. But since you're here now, I'll let you do it. It's right over there. Oh, look at this place. I mean, please. Would it kill them to lay down a few throw rugs? And all this wasted space? How did those two old fogies make all this?
Oh, that's easy. In episode 27, the Mermalaire is invaded by the digging monsters of Bermuda, and that...
Never mind.
So apparently they sent Squidward down here, knew about it, and decided to send us anyway. For some reason. Anyway, another paddle wheel right here. All you gotta do is just bubble bolt into the left side to spin it around towards this little central island. But if you want to get a little hidden shiny object, you can see over to the left, you can spin this around one more time and redirect it over so that we can jump off here and into this little cave to grab yourself a purple shiny object. Not required, but a cool Easter egg if you want to get it for yourself. Then you can just paddle wheel the other side to redirect yourself back to the main island and get a checkpoint so that we can get along our merry little way. Okay, so there's three ways we can go. We can go up to the left, we can go straight ahead, or we can go to the right-hand side. The right-hand side has one golden spatula down here, and another that's up above us that we can access by feeding the clam 2300 shiny objects. The left side is going to gain access to a couple, to a sock, as well as a couple things we need to take care of in order to be able to access our third path, which is right here. So, basically, we can bubble the switch right now to activate the bridge to reach to reach that side. But even if we do that, we still can't make our way up to the top because you can see there's two wall jumps sections up ahead. But the walls that we need to activate in order to be able to effectively wall jump are not activated yet. So we need to walk up this left-hand side and hit a few buttons to extend the walls so that we can actually, wall jump. So let's go do that right now. Bubble bowl the right side of this paddle so that you can descend the elevator and then ride it up to the top so that we can go along our merry little way. and hit our first button located right over there. I missed that shot horrendously, but it's fine because our priority should probably be to take out the chuck anyway, so just bubble bash your way into the chuck, like so. Bubble into this button unless you miss like I just did. There we go, nailed it. And if you want to, you can try to bubble bowl off this ledge and then try to hit the Duplicatotron like that. I really highly recommend you do that because if you don't take out the Duplicatotron right here, right now, it's going to spawn a chuck when you try to make your way across the bridge. And dealing with a chuck on that little bridge right there with very little room to move around is not the best idea in the world. So I recommend taking out the Duplicatotron right here, right now, and trying not to die between here and then, because obviously if you die, the Duplicatotron will reset. So, don't die. Anyway. Moving on, here I do actually recommend you use the bubble against ARF, mainly because our priority is to try to make sure we don't die. And if you get knocked off the edge by ARF, or sorry, if you get attacked by ARF from close to personal, it's more likely he's going to send you flying off the edge when there's so little room to move around. So I recommend dealing with them with the bubble bowl like that. And then we can go ahead and use the bubble bowl to, on the right side of the paddle wheel once again to descend the elevator, and then we can ride this up to the top. And once again, there is going to be a button waiting for us up here that we can press and extend the other part of the bridge, but there will also be a chuck waiting for us up here that we need to take out by doing a little bit of bubble bashing. And now we can safely hit the button, and you'll see that both wall jumps, if I can actually aim this thing properly, there we go, both wall jumps have been activated, and now we can actually reach the top layer of the Mermalaire where that gold spatula and the computer is waiting for us. But we're not going to do that just yet because we have a couple things to take care of. First off, the sock. The sock's going to be at the end of this slide right here, so basically just go ahead and ride this slide down normally, but at the very end you got to be ready to jump up and grab the sock waiting for you above that central platform in the center of the area. So again, jump at the end of the slide, jump once, jump twice, and there's your sock collected. If you missed it, don't worry, we're going to get another shot to get that sock in just a second. But now we're going to want to switch to Patrick and go start taking care of some golden spatulas over on this side of the Mermalaire.
I got a job for somebody who can throw things.
Leave it to us. I'm great at throwing things.
All you have to do is pick up a throw fruit and throw it into each of those funnel machines.
Throw the...
No, throw the throw fruit.
Throw the tofu.
You might want to be quick about it. I tend to explode. I mean, they tend to explode.
Yeah, so remember when they said they couldn't do all this stuff because they had doctor's appointments? Well, he's right here, so I guess that went out the window. Alright, so this first one, basically, this is a throwing gauntlet for Patrick. So you have to carry watermelon across all three of these little challenges and hit a button at the very end to activate all the funnel machines. This first one's very easy. All you have to do is simply pick up the watermelon, stand on this little tile right here, throw it as far as you can, and then walk your way across the end. You can jump off the watermelon and then jump over to the other side, and then turn around, pick it up, and throw it at the machine. And to explain what I just did there, basically, I threw the watermelon forward as far as I could so that we didn't have to do the stupid little platform challenge, or not the platform challenge, but the disco challenge over here, which is really slow and tedious. And then I just jumped my way across the red tiles by abusing damage boost, and across the watermelon so that I wouldn't get hit by the red tiles. Because once you cross an invisible line here, all the tiles will deactivate, and then you can just walk across them freely to pick up the watermelon and carry it the rest of the way over here. So it's a nice little exploit you can take advantage of to make that section significantly easier. Next up, pick up the watermelon. We're going to do the second machine now. Walk on to the first platform, then to the edge of the second platform, throw it as far as you can, and quickly jump your way back. Jump across the third and fourth platforms, then pick up the watermelon, and throw it into the button just like so. You're supposed to, I think, throw it across the 4 platforms like this, but because of how unstable they are, for lack of a better term, like they're constantly tilting back and forth, it's kind of hard to actually appropriately pick it up if you don't nail your shot in the exact center of the platform. It's tough to pick it up without sliding off the edge. So I recommend just chucking it as far as you can, because at the edge of this platform you have just enough range to throw it all the way over to this final platform, and then you can just jump your way across these platforms yourself to finish the job. So it's a nice, easy way to take care of it. And the third machine is actually the easiest of the 3, so it's not that bad. Basically, you just pick up the watermelon and walk down and try to stay to the edges so that you don't get hit by any of the cannonballs that's shooting at you, and then just throw it against the button. Pretty straightforward, not too bad, especially with the tips and tricks that I gave to you. So then once you hit all 3 buttons, you can head back to Mermaid Man and collect your reward.
You did it! Now I can get some sleep.
And there it is. We're not quite done just yet. We still have one more challenge to complete before we head back up to the to the Mermalaire computer you can see over in the distance up there. And to access it, you just need to feed the clan 2300 shiny objects, and that will summon a Patrick Teeter-Totter, which we can use courtesy of the watermelon, the very same watermelon we've used against the 3 funnel machines, to launch ourselves up to the next section and go talk to Barnacle Boy, who has also had his doctor's appointments mysteriously canceled.
Hey, I know you. You're that guy.
We're gonna need a lot more power to activate the hydroacoustic Doppler modulator. You think you can handle this?
I can see Squidward's house from up here. And he's not wearing any pants. Oh, wait, he never wears pants.
Now listen up. There are 8 cylinders over there. If you throw something at the cylinders, it'll turn around to the power side. Turn all 8 cylinders around to the power side and I'll give you a reward.
Sorry, what was that? I was watching Squidward.
Just start turning those cylinders.
So, I remember that in my walkthrough, my very first walkthrough, I gave a really complicated order for how to actually do this, because there is a complicated order. It's like 1, 3, 4, 5 something or whatever, in terms of the order you have to actually hit these in. But I found out recently that you don't actually have to do that, because you can just hit them all in the order, like starting here, and then going left to right like this. You can just hit them all in that order, and that'll be enough to do it. So just basically start here, start at this one, and then hit them like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go around clockwise, hitting all the buttons as you see them, and then that'll be the correct order that you need to hit them in order to complete this task. You notice I'm not even using the watermelon, because you can just belly flop on top of them, and that will be enough to activate them. And once you hit them all in the correct order, that will be the challenge completed. And you can now collect your reward from Mermaid Man. Sorry, Barnacle Boy.
Well done. Now there's enough power.
What do you need all that power for?
Why, my foot bath, of course. Here, have a golden spatula.
And you may have noticed a very tempting button to press over to the left of us. And this is the first of 4 Mermalaire security override buttons that we need to press. So the first one's right here. The second one is over by the Mermalaire computer over in that direction. And the remaining 2 are, in the next section that we're going to take care of in the next episode. Now, if you missed the sock from earlier, this is going to be your chance to get it again, because this slide will also dump us out directly above that little, that statue in the center of the area. So if you missed it the first time, you can slide again. Make sure to get ready to jump at the very end of the slide. And this is your second chance to collect the sock if you missed it earlier, which it would be generally around the area that I just fell into. Anyway. Alright, so now we have collected all the socks and all the golden spatulas in this initial area of the Mermalaire, which means we are now clear to head across the bridge and continue on our merry little way. And you'll see that because we took out the Duplicatotron earlier, there is no Chuck here to cause us any problems whatsoever. But if it was still here, then we'd have to deal with the Chuck constantly firing missiles at us. And on this narrow bridge that's constantly pushing us back, there's not a lot of room to move around, so it's kind of hard to dodge the missiles. So I recommend just taking it out nice and early, easily from up on top of that ledge like we did previously. Then once you make it over here, you can wall jump your way up to the next level, and then do it once again. These are the walls that we pulled out with the buttons that we pressed. And once you make it to the top, you can collect your golden spatula as your reward for getting to this point. And this is going to be where I end the episode. I'm just going to talk to the computer real quickly so that we can get her dialogue, and then I'll call things off and we'll come back tomorrow and finish up the Mermalaire. But first, you want to bubble bolt into this button right here. As you can see, it's kind of sunken back into the thing a little bit, so you have to hit that one with a bubble bowl. Now then, let's talk to the Mermalaire computer and see what she has to say.
In order for me to regain control of the security system, you need to press all the override buttons spread throughout the Mermalaire. The first one is here.
Press the buttons! Got it!
When you have pressed them all, you should return here to press the master shutdown button. You will be rewarded.
Return here! Got it.
Are you listening to me?
Listening! Got it!
And that'll be where I end things off here for today. So that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Goodbye!